you're just joining us now, why? Why now? So much has already happened in the first half, and the acceptance speeches have been on fire. Who got shouted out the most? Let's look at the numbers. All right, cast and crew are leading the way with 11 mentions. Moms are holding strong with 3 shout-outs. God, creator of the universe, 0 mentions.
Imagine this, the most glamorous stage in the world, packed with the biggest stars, glittering dresses, flashing cameras, and the world's attention. But something unexpected takes center stage. Mockery. Hollywood, once again, ridiculing faith, poking fun at God, and pushing the boundaries of reverence. The 82nd Golden Globes, the night when Hollywood shines brightest, but something dark lingers in the shadows. As the stars celebrate their achievements, one name is glaringly missing from their gratitude lists: God. 3 hours of glamour, laughter, and applause, yet the creator of the universe gets 0 mentions. Mocking God is nothing new in Hollywood. It's almost a tradition. But just 48 hours later, something happened that left everyone speechless. The irony of disrespect. Hollywood has always had a love-hate relationship with faith. Whether it's a late-night joke or an outrageous speech, some stars seem to take delight in mocking God and the very idea of faith. Remember when an A-list actor said, "I'd like to thank myself because I did all the work." The room erupted in laughter. But for millions of viewers, it left a bitter taste. It was a direct mockery. But why does Hollywood feel the need to be so dismissive of faith? Is it for laughs, or is there something deeper going on? Many have warned that mocking God isn't just offensive, it's dangerous. Galatians 6:7 reminds us, "Do not be deceived. God is not mocked, for whatever one sows, that will he also reap." Could these moments on stage be sowing seeds of trouble? Could Hollywood's disregard for reverence have unintended consequences? What happened next might just prove them right. A sign of something greater. The hills of Los Angeles were ablaze as a new fire broke out in the heart of Hollywood, threatening its iconic landmarks. Firefighters described it as something straight out of a disaster movie, but this was real. The fire roared, and tens of thousands of people fled for their lives, abandoning homes, cars, and dreams. The Dolby Theater, home of the Oscars, was in the path of destruction. Was this just nature's fury, or could something bigger be at play? Acts of God, a deeper reflection. When tragedies like this happen, people often wonder about God's goodness. We hear the phrase acts of God used to describe disasters, but rarely do people stop to praise Him for the years of peaceful weather that He has provided. God created the universe and set the laws of nature in motion. Natural disasters happen because those laws are in effect. The Bible reminds us in Colossians 1:16-17 that in Him all things were created. All things have been created through Him and for Him. God is in control of all creation, including nature. But can God stop natural disasters? Yes, He can. The Bible even shows us instances where He does, such as in Deuteronomy 11:17. But is every disaster a punishment? Sometimes God allows nature to show the consequences of sin, as we read in Romans 8:19-21. The earth itself is in a state of decay due to the fall of humanity, and disasters are one of the effects of that sin. Why does God allow suffering? One of the hardest questions people face is why God allows suffering. It's tempting to think that suffering only happens because of bad choices or sin, but that's not always the case. In John 9:2-3, when Jesus encountered a man blind from birth, His disciples asked, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" Jesus replied, "Neither this man nor his parents sinned, but this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him." Sometimes we won't fully understand why God allows suffering, but we can trust that He is in control and has a greater purpose, even in the pain. In Luke 13:4, Jesus talks about a tragic accident where people died when a tower collapsed, and He reminded everyone that we live in a world full of sin and its consequences. Suffering happens because of the effects of sin, but no one is truly innocent. All have sinned. Romans 3:23. The good news is that God hasn't left us to suffer without purpose. Even in the midst of pain, He works for our good. Romans 8:28 tells us, "We know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose."